Sairam. In the Sai Miracles in my life, this is the fourth video. Lot of things what I realized are fulfilling this bird's mission. Swami gives everybody a mission. The main mission is to discover the divinity in yourself. If you're thinking you're separate and God is separate, never ever we can contemplate on how God does things and why He does things, and we will have doubt about the capabilities of God and what is our relationship with God. All those things come up if we don't realize God. So easier way is, Swami says, through the service. So this video, many things I can talk about service. In Australia, Parramatta, and so I was part of the group that is doing meals for the homeless people. It's going on. Sister Kamala and Ram started that before. It's not part of the Sai organization, but after that they involved us, and they are also great devotees of Swami. She's untiringly doing it for several decades, 30 years or so. So I was in charge for several years there. So my experiences are Swami does it, nobody else. I tell you the real happenings there. So we get the food cooked somewhere else. I mean, it's very simple methodology. So roasters are given, about 60 to 100 people come every Monday at that time, and later we have another one on Tuesday. That's for two different organizations now. So what we understand is there were rainy days and other days. Sometimes the guests come, sometimes they don't come. COVID was there. Even then, we wanted to continue several. So for decades, if we are doing very in an easy manner without any setup for that, any hall or something, with devotees cooking at their place and bringing it, and pasta. So it was going on maybe sometimes 60, 100. The experiences are too huge for each and every volunteer. It's the minute we get some kind of ego that we are doing service, it doesn't move on. I tell you, many days it happened, not one day or 2 days, when rain was there. I mean, this is one experience, I tell you. Many days when rain was shattering, or we were about to conclude that we can't serve food today, we took refuge in Swami, and we can, because the cooked food was already prepared, we don't want to waste that. So we go there and pray Swami all the time, over decades. When the food has to be served, and we pray, the rain stops for us for a brief period, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it allows those homeless people to come and take it. It all the time it happens. So who can say Swami's hand was not there? It is in open park. I mean, there was some pergola, another. Sometimes we went there, but hugely we rely on Swami. The minute we pray, he answers. And ego, so Swami very clearly told us, isn't it? Any seva, any volunteer service you are doing, it's not to help anybody. It's to help yourself. You want to purify yourself. So much ego there, so much selfishness is there. You don't even understand what is selfishness, what is not selfishness, what is the universal standard has come down, down, down to the level of I want, and rather than I want to give. So to reduce our urge for wants and just to contain ourselves within our needs and seeing the people who are suffering and trying to help, we put our mind outside to help others, then we realize slowly um, we just lose ourselves. That's what the purpose of seva, through my words. So if the food is, how we plan things. Plan, okay, to this week 80, some in the organization will say, okay, calculating this, it will be 80 or 100 we bring. Next week we bring for 100 people, food is there, not a single person will be there. We will have ego, 100 people we bought, okay. The minute we thought about it, finished. Not a single person was there. So I'll be praying, God, Swami, please, 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 send one person. After 5 minutes, 10 minutes, constantly we are chanting Gayatri or thinking Swami, one person will come. And again and again. So the minute some kind of ego comes, so that is a selfishness or ego shatter. Every minute God makes you think He is doing. That's the biggest benefit of doing seva under Swami. And some days these are all my experiences. So one day we have food for 70 people. The people there were 100. What can I do? So I don't want to cut short. So people, maybe some methodologies people worked out was to portion it, I mean little bit less from that and equally share. No, I thought it doesn't work. Just go by consciousness one. Whoever wants first, whatever for him we give. So if he says not, then okay. You won't believe. But all the time in my mind, I was thinking, Swami, you are giving. Make sure everything is adequate for everybody. What will happen? You have to believe. Few people in that queue will say, sorry, I don't need this much. Can you take half of it? And at the end, when I tell you an example, at the end, 20 people were waiting. We have enough food only for 10. What will happen? So I was praying, but I don't cut. I don't say, I don't get, anxiety or something. Because Swami is doing, when the first person comes, I give him food, enough. I just pray, Swami. The second person, he came to the queue and said, sorry, I feel like I am full, I don't want. He went. Like that, 10 people on that day, it's a test. And if we pass only, you can see this miracle. 10 people come and say, we don't want, we feel full. And exactly how many people were there, we had food and they took and they went. If in Puranas, they say God can make you full without even eating. That happened. And when too many people are there, too little there, sometimes it happens. I mean, from a nearby same kind of charity, it was a huge crowd now. So I was thinking, Swami, Swami, Swami. He is also a Sai devotee. Long back, he asked me whether I can bring food or something. I'm short by for 30, 40 people. I don't have food. All of a sudden, that devotee, he is not attending our bhajans, but long time he came. He is working in a restaurant or industry. He owns that. He said, I have. Hey Raj, I already told you. Sometimes I'll bring. He brought 40, 40, packets of food, and that is in. So Swami doesn't want to waste anything. He planned for each and every person. So, so you don't know, how can I plan for that? If I plan for this many and bring it, that will be a waste. So only Swami knows. He will feed those people. So who can give me that kind of? So Swami knows everything. He arranges for everything. That kind of mindset we should have. Another time when we have enough, no excess. So people will say, I mean, the other volunteers will say, each one take something. So on that day, I was praying, Swami, Swami, I don't want any single packet to be wasted. When I was going on the road, I reached, so I don't know how 5 or 6 left with me. I was going on the road. At the end of the road, I can't even park on that place. So even halt, that kind of a busy road that was. Some homeless people were rushing through. Only one person, he said, Rajaj, I forgot, I didn't come, I was late. So I gave him one, and I was thinking at the back side, what will happen to the 4? He said, 4 people are waiting there, please give me. So he counted. Swami has the calculation. He counts and he gives everything. And this is a ground for when COVID was there. Almost there was no help for them. We had to carry on till the end when the ban came. So they rely on that. Swami helped us, and Swami saved us from not having any COVID. For our volunteers, we carried on with that work. And this is one part of the story. And what he can open up is he will make those volunteers who come there to experience what was told in the bhajan session, what was going on the study circle. In one study circle, there was a mention about non-violence. Whatever happens, Swami will take care. So you say, if anybody comes and disturbs you, what you can do? You just move away, or if you can, you have to keep quiet. So I mean, silence and show your love. In your mind, there should be love in you. So all those things happen. So one of the sessions, when one of the sessions they told, and the next week we are going for food service. At that time, the man, he was, otherwise he was a nice man, but on that day he came and threw out all the table from the home. I mean, uh, so it is wide open. The volunteers were afraid, and we had to call the police. I mean, we had to, but there was nobody there to call. We were short of volunteers. We left that as it is, and I was sure it was a test for us because last week it happened. So we didn't take any offense about that. Our volunteers were not that frightened, and they kept quiet. I also kept quiet. So that man went away, and that's all. And then uh, I mean, my seniors were telling me we have to go to the police station and complain about this incident. After 1 week, 2 week, no more incidents. So I was thinking that that's a odd incident, but they said we have to go complain because that man, he just pulled the table and threw away things. But fortunately, we didn't have much on that. It was outside, so we continued with our thing. But that was not proper behavior. So on compulsion about with everybody. So I'm thinking about forgiveness and all those things. We, uh, we, my seniors and I went to the police station. I was reluctant. I tell you, in my mind I was praying, Swami, this is Sathya Sai organizing. Why we are going to complain about somebody? The police office there, he said, what is that? Right, come. There's another person, I'll call him. So he came. I was praying, Swami, Swami. No, it's not a big deal. You only came in that to test us. That man came. You are from a service organization. You came to complain about. Same way I was thinking the police was saying the other people. I don't have surprise in that because all Swami's miracle. It's not normal what I'm saying. Don't follow this. You have to make complaint. You have to protect yourself. But for a sample only, this one, love and affection and whatever taught in the study circle, there may be a practical session coming through. You have to keep it in mind whatever time. So he said, you're okay. He may be on ice. Okay, do you want to, whatever you do, it is of no use. He is on some kind of a drug. So he already, maybe he won't come. If at all anybody comes, we will have we requested them to come on a parole. He said no need. I will come, but not regularly. There won't be any problem. He is like a sadhu, police officer, not taking cognizance of that's Swami's miracle. So he might have come to test us. That's my understanding. And what our children seeing this? Well, when somebody is disturbing, shouting, so several times it happened, shouting at us, they are looking for some dialogue so that it can erupt, but we have to keep silent there. In the dark night also it can happen. So we continue like that. And one more incident, we have to follow what Swami said, but don't follow this one. What I did is maybe a foolish thing, but I tell you what happened. I was about to get up in my car after finishing this. One gentleman from homeless, I haven't seen him before. He asked me to pull down the window from my car. He just pointed at blank. He was pointing a gun at me, a big one, at me. He was talking so much. About what? I don't know, even I don't know what he's talking about. He said, I am going to show you. I'm just, the other people, volunteers, might not have gone very far. I could have shouted. Imagine if I shout, what will happen? He got a gun. He, so what happened in the study circle? They said, by love, by thinking lovingly, any beast also will change. So that came in my mind. I was just saying, I love you, in a murmur, in a small and a little bit louder also. It continued, brothers and sisters, for 3 to maybe 4 minutes. He was pointing and he is about to, the trigger is ready for. I didn't have a single fear on me because I'm doing Swami service. Whatever is there, he'll take care. But we have to follow what he said. Love all, serve all. Love all doesn't exclude people who are aiming at you.
Recording in progress.
So I was telling, I love you, I love you, I love you. And finally, what you do, the people will follow. If I get agitated, he will also get agitated. If I got angry, he will also get angry. So everything is our reflection. It catches on the other person. But when a gun is pointing at you, you won't have the time to think about that. Luckily, on that day, I passed Swami's test, and that gentleman who pointed at me, he also said, I love you, and he went away after maybe 4 minutes. 4 minutes of my life, I totally depended on the teachings of Swami and I escaped. So if this is not a miracle, Swami, whatever Swami said, if I am following, I am safe. One minute. Thank you. We'll meet for the next one. So I told this seva, it's for purification of a mind, but it takes long time. People will come and ask, why he got a car and why should we give him food? As if we are judging each and every person whether is. That's not the correct way. We have to lovingly reflect whatever Swami taught us. If I am not doing, we are not doing, some other organization is already coming and serving the food. It's not, we are not unique. So we are given an opportunity, easier opportunity by Swami. If it is not the Swami, the entire world is Swami's. If you say Swami, okay. If you say God, whatever name and form you got for God, He is doing that. So service is one for the upliftment of the doer, not the receiver. Receiver is obliging you by taking whatever you want to give. If there are nobody to take whatever we want, what will happen? So we can't. So that's how I'll come back in a very different story in the next video. Thank you for listening. Be in size contemplation.